July 19, 2025. The world of military aviation changed overnight. A state-run Beijing broadcast revealed a sleek, dark aircraft on a remote runway. At first, analysts dismissed it as another prototype, but then it moved, eerily quiet, a low hum replacing the expected roar. The J-40 Silent Dragon lifted off, its takeoff almost silent. No thunderous jet noise, just a deep, muffled whoosh. It was like watching a ghost ascend. Defense experts worldwide were stunned. This wasn't just a new stealth jet, it was a silent stealth jet. China had potentially leapfrogged the West in a critical area. The concept of a silent fighter was science fiction, until now. The old rules of air combat were being rewritten. The Dragon wasn't roaring, it was whispering. And that whisper was more terrifying than any explosion. A jet that can't be heard or seen is a new kind of threat. Ground troops, naval fleets, even civilians, no one would hear it coming. The J-40 wasn't just hardware, it was a psychological weapon. Its silence would haunt war rooms from Washington to Moscow. The implications were immediate and global. A weapon that erases sound as a warning changes everything. The Silent Dragon's greatest weapon was the void it left behind. The world would never hear warfare the same way again. Why is this jet so revolutionary? Let's break it down. Supersonic speed means flying faster than sound, outrunning missiles, reaching targets first. Stealth isn't about being invisible to the eye, but to radar. Special shapes and radar-absorbent materials scatter or absorb radar waves, making jets nearly undetectable. Fifth-generation fighters combine speed and stealth, dominating modern airspace. The US has led with the F-22 and F-35, setting the standard for air dominance. But even the stealthiest jets have weaknesses. Heat signatures can be tracked by infrared sensors. And, crucially, jets are loud, very loud. That sound is an early warning for ground troops and defenses. Even at night, a jet's roar can be heard miles away. This noise is a vulnerability, one the Silent Dragon erases. Imagine a jet that's invisible to radar and nearly silent. Surprise attacks become truly undetectable. The Silent Dragon closes a gap that's existed for decades. It's not just about being unseen, it's about being unheard. This changes the calculus of every military operation. The advantage shifts to whoever controls both silence and speed. The Silent Dragon is the first to do both. That's why the world is paying attention. Jet engines are deafening, over 140 decibels at takeoff. That roar is a byproduct of raw power air, fuel, and fire exploding for thrust. But it's also a tactical liability. A jet's noise gives away missions, ruins surprise, and alerts enemies. Special ops teams lose their edge when a jet's roar announces their presence. The sound signature can betray location, timing, and intent. Militaries have tried to quiet jets, but physics always won, until now. You want speed and power? You get noise. Or so we thought. The Silent Dragon breaks this rule. It promises speed, power, and stealth without the acoustic footprint. Close air support, reconnaissance, even attacks, now possible without warning. The jet becomes a true ghost, unseen and unheard. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a transformation. The Silent Dragon turns a known weakness into a decisive strength. The age of the roaring jet may be over. The J-40 Silent Dragon is a single-seat, twin-engine fighter blending the best of fifth-generation design. Its sharp lines and tailless, blended wing body shape maximize stealth. The airframe is coated in advanced radar-absorbent material. Inside, it's packed with cutting-edge tech, ESA radar, sensor fusion, and internal weapons bays. Weapons are carried inside, keeping the jet's profile clean and undetectable until the moment of attack. The bay doors open and close in a flash, striking with precision. It's a flying supercomputer and a predator. But these features exist in other top-tier fighters. What sets the J-40 apart is its revolutionary noise reduction system. This is the breakthrough that has stunned the defense world. A silent supersonic fighter was thought impossible. The Silent Dragon's true secret is its mastery of sound. The heart of the J-40 is its acoustic shroud, an integrated silencer system. This isn't a simple muffler. It's a marvel of material science and engineering. The J-40 uses variable cycle engines, shifting modes for quieter operation during takeoff and cruising. Serrated chevrons on the engine nozzle, made from advanced ceramics, smooth airflow and reduce noise. Their shape is actively adjusted by the flight computer for optimal sound reduction. The real innovation is the retractable shroud lined with acoustic metamaterial. This material bends, traps, and cancels sound waves. Combined with plasma actuators, it creates a bubble of silence around the engine exhaust. The result, a jet that erases its own roar. It's a dynamic, smart system, decades ahead of anything else. The acoustic shroud is the Silent Dragon's game changer. It's stealth, but for your ears. How does the acoustic shroud work? Think noise-canceling headphones on a massive scale. The system listens to the engine's roar and generates anti-noise to cancel it out. The metamaterial lining is engineered to manipulate sound waves, slowing, redirecting, or canceling them. It can actively change its structure in microseconds, tuned by the flight computer. Plasma actuators around the exhaust create a field that shapes airflow and generates precise anti-noise waves. The result is a multi-layered defense quieter engines, smart chevrons, a metamaterial shroud, and active anti-noise. It doesn't just muffle sound, it erases it. The Silent Dragon bends sound as easily as it bends radar. This is the future of stealth electromagnetic and acoustic. The jet becomes a whisper in the sky. The technology is both brute force and elegant. The Dragon has learned to whisper, and the world is listening. This is not just stealth, it's silence weaponized. The battlefield will never sound the same. The J-40 Silent Dragon is a geopolitical earthquake. U.S. air dominance, once guaranteed by the F-22 and F-35, is now in question. The Silent Dragon introduces an asymmetric threat Western forces can't counter, yet. A silent stealth fighter can shadow carrier groups, evade detection, and provide targeting data for missile strikes. Aircraft carriers, once untouchable, are suddenly vulnerable. On land, the J-40 can destroy air defenses before they know it's there. Once defenses fall, older jets can attack freely. The silent jet is the key that unlocks the door. Western confidence is shaken. New questions dominate strategy sessions. The Silent Dragon forces a reassessment of military strength and technology. The era of assumed Western air supremacy is over. The balance of power has shifted. The world's response to the J-40 is frantic. The Pentagon scrambles, pouring billions into new sensors and countermeasures. The U.S. accelerates its sixth-generation fighter program, racing to match the acoustic shroud. Allies demand access to new tech and ramp up their own defenses. The arms race enters a new phase, mastery of sound and silence. Russia, India, and others rush to adapt, investing in noise reduction for their own jets. Military alliances may strengthen, but competition will intensify. The J-40 has raised the bar for every aspiring power. The global arms race has found a new, quieter gear. The future belongs to those who can control silence. The world is no longer just racing for speed or stealth, it's racing for quiet. The Silent Dragon has changed the game. The J-40 Silent Dragon marks a turning point in military history. For a century, aircraft noise was a constant, warning, threat, and fact of life. The Silent Dragon erases that truth. Heard but not seen is obsolete. Now, the threat is neither seen nor heard. The battlefield will be reshaped by acoustic stealth. Silent, invisible machines will decide future conflicts. The psychological impact on soldiers will be profound. Every quiet moment could hide danger. The race for acoustic stealth will define the next generation of aviation. New sensors will listen for the faintest anomaly. A silent war of waves and frequencies begins. The J-40 is more than a jet, it's a symbol of shifting power. Innovation is no longer the West's exclusive domain. The world has changed in a single silent takeoff. The silence is deafening, and everyone is listening. The future of air power has arrived, and it's eerily quiet.